This is a little market review for September 15th, Friday. So overnight on the 60-minute chart, we'd been making some down moves. All the news that came out at 8:30 supported a further move to the downside, so coming into the market open, definitely looking for shorts, especially when price is staying below this pivot point. So coming into 9:30, we are below the 20 SMA on the 5-minute. On the 1-minute, we tried to break above, but it never had a candle that closed above the 20 SMA on the 1-minute. Our cumulative delta was down, as you can see by this histogram and this red background being painted. So we would ignore this wave signal to the upside. We were also below the pivot, below the 250 SMA on the 1-minute, which is the exact same as the 50 SMA on the 5-minute. We're below VWAP, this red line. The VWAP paints red when it's below the price. So even though we had some decent delta coming in the first minute of the New York Open, I'm very hesitant unless it's gonna, have a big candle to the upside and have some more volume come through. That never happened. Here we got considerable amount of delta to the downside. You can see a little bit later on, we had some more delta coming into the downside, and price just kept moving down to this purple line, which is yesterday's close. On the 5-minute, here's our first 5-minute candle close. We had 23,000, it's kind of hard to see, but 23,000 volume to the downside coming in at the close of that candle. That was my second trade. The price moved down over 20 points in the next 5 minutes. And then my third trade, I'm noticing all this negative delta coming in on the 5-minute candle, and we still had plenty of room down to, this was the 3-day VWAP. This is a 3-day volume profile and the 3-day VWAP of that. Still plenty of negative volume coming in, 15K, and a bunch of negative delta. I got in on another short to close that candle. Was targeting this 3-day VWAP. That was almost a 20-point move right there. I was a little bit hesitant because we had some positive delta coming in on the ES. This is the ES 5-minute. All I have on this NQ chart is the ES delta and the cumulative delta for both the ES and the NASDAQ all in one chart. But we had such strong momentum, there was just no stopping this thing. Even after the news came out negative, which should have technically been good for the NASDAQ. It had a little bit of a hiccup here, but just continued its move down. I did get into a small bounce trade after the news, but I saw it wasn't moving very quickly, so I got out with a little bit of profit. Then I was just kind of staying on the sidelines, doing some morning stuff, took a little break. We had some negative volume, some positive volume. Price was just kind of ranging. But when I came back to check out the charts before heading out for the day, we had a bunch of negative volume here, and the ES delta had been coming in super strong on the 5-minute. I took another little short, but wasn't really excited about selling the bottom, and then top of the hour was coming at 11, and I noticed at 11 o'clock, often the direction might change a little bit. I always watch for bottom of the hour and top of the hour for either continuations of a trend or possible reversals. So that's my little overview. Made a little over $500 on my 4 Apex accounts. Just trading the micros. Some days I'll trade the NQ if I'm feeling pretty confident about the potential market direction, and if things are just kind of wild or I'm not sure which direction things are headed or just want to take it kind of easy, have some more wiggle room, I'll trade the micros. The goal is to have 20 Apex accounts, be fully loaded, making $125 a day trading the micros times 20 accounts. It's like $2,500 a day. But yeah, this is a little breakdown review of my system. Got the NASDAQ 5-minute chart, the MNQ 1-minute chart, and the ES 1-minute chart. Just keeping my eyes on levels and delta on the ES, and being able to trade the ES, the MNQ, or the NQ depending on what mood I'm in. Got these big buttons that I use from Ninja, so I don't have to have Chart Trader up, so I can have this one screen set up here. I've got a hourly chart that I keep an eye on for levels. I've got a bigger 69-day profile loaded. I've also got a daily chart. Oops. Also have a daily chart that I'm looking at, and then a more simple 60-minute chart where I'll mark up some levels, and these are the previous day's low and high and the center of those moves. But yeah, I like to stay super focused. I don't like to have a bunch of different screens. I've tried that. I do best when I just have my one screen. I've got a second laptop, got a MacBook that I do all my internet stuff on and check news and things like that. On my PC laptop that I trade on, I don't do anything but trading. That's the only thing I use it for. Just keep the machine running smooth. And then to trade on these accounts, I'm using the Replicanto flow bots. Definitely highly recommend that. So I can just trade on one account and it's copying all my trades into the other 3 accounts. But there's a lot of links in the description for the indicators that I use, coupons, discounts for Replicanto, coupons for the indicators, and I also have a discount code for Apex, just like everyone else. If you're learning anything from me sharing some of my trading information here and you want to help support what I'm doing, feel free to use my code at Apex if you get some accounts with them. They're definitely the only funding company that I'd recommend. I've tried a bunch of the other ones. I've tried Top Step, Lilu, OneUp. I'm not out here representing 50 different prop firms. I'm not representing a bunch of different indicator companies. Just the 3 people that I work with and the 3 companies that I'm using on a daily basis and have been. I've been using the indicators that I'm using for almost 5 years, and I've been with Apex since the beginning. I got a funded account with them right away. The first year they were open, got a payout that year, got a bunch of payouts the next year. I've had no issues with Apex. They're crossing milestones, paying out more traders, more money than any funded company has ever paid out, ever in the history of funded trader companies. So check them out. Also, just wanted to throw it out there real quick. You're not going to see me sharing any of my account info or anything like that. Basically, it comes down to if you are finding something useful about what I'm putting out, cool. If not, there's no obligation to watch, no obligation to use my codes, no obligation to check out any of the indicators. Just throwing out some free information. Over 16 years of experience at this point. I started in 2007 trading forex and was lucky enough to get out of that game. Got into futures, fell in love with the futures market. Don't want to trade anything else. I did penny stocks for a little bit. I did regular stocks for a little bit. I did options for a little bit. but futures has been my favorite. That's what I've been doing for the past decade. Just watch out for the MonkeyMan strategy videos. If you follow his strategies, good luck. I could show you every single little part of my trading strategy that I've been using for the past 5 years, and it really won't matter. You still have the same odds, about a 95% chance of just not being able to implement it. Like, I know what I'm doing inside and out because I've been doing it, I've been taking the time, I've spent years and years and years looking at the charts. I was making automated strategy systems using Strategy Builder, tried copious amounts of indicators and other trading rooms. You're going to have to put in the effort one way or the other and really learn how to trade and get in there and get some experience. I've really appreciated other YouTubers that have shared their information, because when I started out, there wasn't all these YouTubers sharing all their strategies and information. When I started out, you had to definitely pay to get someone's information, and good percentage of the time it was just total garbage and they had no idea what they were doing. So I really do appreciate that about YouTube. I like seeing how other people trade. I like seeing how other people approach the markets. I don't necessarily recommend watching live streams, except that I do like to watch them later in the day after they've been posted. Like when I'm driving around running errands, I'll watch some live streams and see how other traders approach the same day that I just traded, and just kind of see where other people are at. I think that's helpful. But watching those live streams and like listening to all the different people in the chat, I think it's super distracting because I'm only trading for an hour a day. For me, it's just helpful to completely focus on trading, nothing but trading for an hour. My own trading, my own setups, not get distracted by what other people are doing. I know for other people the group setting could be beneficial, but in my experience it's been more of a distraction. So either way, these are just all my opinions. I hope someone is getting some benefit. Maybe there's a few people out there that will be able to take some information that I've shared here and apply some of those things to their own system. So yeah, like and subscribe if you want to keep up to date with more of the info that I'm going to be sharing on this channel. And also, just want to throw it out there that if you're only looking for the funny monkey videos, you might be disappointed. I'm definitely looking for people that want to sign up and subscribe that are interested in trading information, and yes, also enjoy laughing.